activities to do on the outside, but when they get into the arena, it's been some fantastic badminton going on, and there's proof of it. Order of play here for court 1 as we get to the 5th match on semi-final Saturday. It's the world #1, Han Se-young, in our first semi-final of the year against Zhang Yi Man. Well, what a match we watched this morning between Tai Tzu-ying and Chen Yufei. Tai Tzu-ying progressing to the final, and she will meet either Han Se-young or Zhang Yi Man.
Han Se-young,
could be.
Korea.
There was a chance of an all-China final at the start of this day. Chen Yufei, of course,
China.
out. I wonder if it's going to be Korea versus Taipei. And here she comes. Arguably the most successful woman in badminton, or at least singles especially, from 2023.
Singapore.
And Zhang Yi Man following her. A player who bested Akane Yamaguchi, of course, in the quarters. And surprising for Han Se-young just being 1-0 up, but I said Zhang Yi Man definitely made a big splash at the 2021 World Championships. I remember was bronze medalist there. Han Se-young still on the recovery end, I shall say, of that knee injury. But she proved yesterday against Yao Jiamin, the Singaporean player, that she can vary up a play, she can adjust to the conditions of the arena, and that's been the most important thing to do. Look at that, ranking 1, highest ranking 1. It was almost an inevitability last year that she was going to pick that up with the amount of finals that she was making. 8 titles and 2 runner-up on tour. On top of that, of course, the World Championship gold, the Asian Games gold. And those were her results so far. Pushed to 3 against Yao Jiamin. Apart from that, it was 31 minutes against Kasfeld and 35 minutes against Li from Germany. 62 minutes. And that might be a factor if she isn't feeling any kind of pangs in that knee. It's the longest, one of the longest matches she's played it. Well, now Zhang Yi Man, 26 years old, from Hunan, currently ranked 17 and has been as high as 30. And that was September last year. And Steen Pedersen with me in the commentary box. Steen, Zhang Yi Man, we've talked about Chen Yufei. We're just looking at her tournament results. Cash up in 37 minutes, Wen Qi in 28 minutes, Yamaguchi 55 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't see that match, but I saw Yamaguchi earlier in the tournament and she actually looked okay, so that's a good result. But we know that the terrific conditions in here, so if she's started on the worst side, Zhang Yi Man finished on the good side, then that's part of the explanation, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yamaguchi really vulnerable when she can't use full court in her game. Needs to work her opponent around court. There's no doubt she has the speed in the legs to trouble Han Se-young. The question is, does she have what it takes in terms of racket skills?
Right.
On my right, Han Se-young,
Perfect
Korea.
Daniel Zuraidi, the umpire chair. Jess Chan from Singapore, service judge. And Afik about to get us underway here.
And on my left, Zhang Yi Man, China. Han Se-young to serve. Love all. Play.
For Zhang Yi Man, it was the Thailand Masters against Han Yue. It was her win last year.
As I recall, Thailand Masters is played in a super windy arena.
Stop. No mistake. Han Se-young up Do you think that An Se-young will try to change in any way her usual effective style based on what we saw yesterday? Based on the match that she had?
I think she said, or she said after yesterday's match that after the first game she sort of found out the conditions, how to
adjust,
to cope with them. So
that's that then.
Yeah, and the previous encounter where she won 21-7, 21-19, that to me suggests that that was also a windy arena where An Se-young started on the good side, finished on the more difficult side, but still managed to win it.
Should be happy with that. Well, it's always tough challenge playing An Se-young. Certainly going to learn a few things. But that is quite ominous if she said that she figured out the conditions. Once that's plugged into that badminton brain.
Good lead. And I think Zhang Yi Man, her game plan would possibly be a little bit the same as we saw Yu Chun-min yesterday, chasing An Se-young around the court.
Yeah.
And then when they change end, what then?
Right.
That becomes a problem.
And then we really did see that with Yao
But
Jiamin.
if she's able to control her shots a bit better in the second game, then we've seen a lot of people do here, then that could bode for some good play. But the start here, where she's playing the better side, that's not really looking good.
Yeah, that's right. 4-1. It's a flattering scoreline even for the world number one, because there's been a good few errors so far already from Zhang Yi Man, and that's probably one of the key rules you should follow if you're playing any of the big four in women's singles right now. You've got to keep those unforced errors down, because of course the big four are going to force errors anyway.
5-1.
So you don't want those two to compound together.
She looks very
nervous,
yes,
a little bit edgy.
She does.
Yes,
Zhang Yi Man.
Completely agree with you. First semi-final of the year, biggest match of the year. And conversely, An Se-young does look, even in her play, that she's figured it out.
6-1.
Oh,
Service
well,
over.
she was pretty convinced there.
2-6.
It was going to go out. A gust of wind down at the back line. It's in. Beautiful.
Service over. 7-2.
Really got behind that one.
3-7.
Play.
What a shot. I mean, there's setups and there's build-ups, but that finishing touch, just clinical. That changes it. So far, looking very ominous indeed. An Se-young with the form that she's in. Zhang Yi Man still looking to shake off these early match nerves.
judgment. Not once in that rally was An Se-young threatened.
Yes, under pressure in any way. She did take a couple of extra glances at that read at the back, but I guess that's only natural. 10-3.
Immediate challenge.
Challenge coming. She took that off position. She was off balance. You were saying how she wasn't under pressure. That was a little bit of pressure, but
it was under a lot of pressure. Good retrieval by world number 1, and so far the best we've seen from her in this tournament. The opening part here,
peaking at the right time. And because I was wrong on the feathers only call earlier in the day, I'm not saying anything about this one. That's not looking good. Oh wow!
Oh
wow!
What a save!
Wow! Nothing but line, as they say. Unbelievable. From the position that she took it from as well. It was a transitional defensive shot that turned out to be a winner. 11-3.
Play.
So An Se-young gets us underway again. Pick up there by the world number 1. It's nice from Zhang.
She's got to try and apply a more controlling style.
Well, Se-young definitely moving very fluidly. Absolutely. Really, you said yesterday that wasn't, or when we saw before, that this wasn't the An Se-young that we saw before. That's why she went to 3. But now, looking like that movement is coming back strong.
But it's also something to do with the amount of pressure that you're facing, and Zhang Yi Man doesn't have that shot quality in terms of accuracy and deception that's needed to rattle An Se-young at the moment. She's used to making her super footwork do the trick for her. But An Se-young, with reasonable movement, let's say it like that, compared to a fully fit An Se-young, reasonable movement, but
that's still good enough.
Much better shot quality
and consistency from the shot quality as well, and that's what it comes down to. We were talking about it earlier. How many times can you consistently, consecutively shoot incredible winners? And that's really one of the defining points for the top 4, and An Se-young especially. Well, at times when you see her, she could do it all day. That's what you think. Oh, digs deep to pick that up. That's brilliant.
Trying to inject pace and use deceptions.
Well,
I think that's a really good plan, given the weapons that she has. Zhang Yi Man, the bronze medalist from 2021 World Championship in Huelva. It was totally different conditions. It was super slow conditions and super cold in the arena.
Oh, just again challenge being called. Just tentatively firing shots into those drifty areas. And so Young, let's not forget that Yi Man is on the better side. So An Se-young, even though she's made it look easy to race off to this lead, that is out. Is probably going to start adjusting a little bit now.
So 6-1 to Zhang Yi Man following the interval. Wasn't it 11-3?
Yeah. A little bit more respectable now. 3 points back, and she's beginning to exert some control. Oh, that one's out as well. 6-1, but 3 or 4 of those, of course, just misread lengths from An Se-young. So anything will do, of course. She's not going to complain about getting closer on the scoreboard. But if those 3 shots had gone in, another one on the right side, back court, one on the left side, back court, and then one we just saw mid court on the left. Playing out the rallies. Zhang Yi Man, that's wide, yeah.
Service over. 30-10.
Attack from An Se-young is coming in. Moves up with a mistake. 14-10.
Well, we talked about it in the previous women's single, and I think so far it goes for this one as well, or at least half of it, that we don't really notice that there's drift.
Yeah, that's right. Once An Se-young, as I said, actually in her own words, figured it out.
They've calibrated the game. Good retrieval. She thought it was a winner, Zhang Yi Man.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't.
That's a shot from another galaxy. Have a look at this. Transitional defense is what that is. Often, as you said, an impossible shot that was almost a clear winner. Just turns the tables at the last minute. 15-10. Oh, she's still finding a bit of trouble with that left side.
Service over. 11-15.
I think it was in 2018 or 2019 that An Se-young won the most promising player award. Has certainly come good on that.
I think it was in 19.
19, yeah. Doing enough right now. And she has got just all those fundamentals we were talking about before, you know, in terms of she can pressure you the points, she can play out the rallies, she's got great shot quality, that wonderful badminton brain that anticipates and reads the game. And also the outlook and perspective. That was a very nice shot. Yes. Winner for Zhang Yi Man in mid-court.
16.
4 points back.
Missed it.
That's out.
Challenge
coming.
out.
It was in 2019. She was
The promising player.
most promising player, and of course, only a month ago, less than a month ago, she was elected female player of 2023.
What a turnaround. I mean, that's what I mean. Commitment, of course. And that's what I meant about her outlook. She's always looking to get better. Very hard, works very hard in the training. and
Play.
has taken that brilliant progression, that evolution that only superstars follow, really. Only 21. I mean, who knows, as I said, what she's going to be like at 25, 26. She's already played the best. Oh! Played the best, beaten the best.
Service over. 30-17.
That's very difficult, even for An Se-young to pick up from. Shifted the play. Well, well, well.
Full pirouette backhand. They're a little bit off, those shots there.
Picked up the tempo in the middle of that rally.
17.
Look at that, wow. Talk about full turns, 360 turns, and still maintaining your spatial awareness.
Force error.
Not having any luck on that side.
15-17.
Interesting to see if she keeps trying at that mistake. But even then, she has missed, I think, 4 shots on that left side.
Yeah, she has.
But again, it is, as I said, making the best of the side that you're on, and she is 18-15 up from this side. I think one shot we can allow her not quite working right. I remember once I actually commentated years ago at the Super Series finals on Wang Shuxian, who also was missing one shot.
Chenlong's wife?
Yeah, one shot in the middle of the court, was missing it, and just couldn't get over that. She kept trying it again and again and again, trying to get that shot right. But everything else of her game was perfect. She won the game.
Yeah.
It's just started really just a bear in the honey pot. Just can't seem to get that right. 19-15.
WC Fields stated, if you miss, then try again, and try again, and then stop. There's no reason to look like a complete idiot.
So 5 game points. After 18 minutes, Zhang Yi Man looking a little bit labored. Mistake there. What a fantastic singles player Wang Xixian was. So many great Chinese women singles players. Oh, too delicate from the world number 1, and that's another game point saved. It's almost looked like it stuck to the net. Couldn't believe it.
Good shot.
Peels away, back to her back. Just got the impression that she really had 3 or 4 options as to how to finish that off. Keeps that racket so high while she's waiting for the shuttle. You just never know where it's going to go. Right there. And then peels off immediately. So 21-17.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So getting back on court now. And I have to say, Steen, as we do get underway with game 2, that Zhang Yi Man's general outlook has been looking a little bit more dejected.
Yeah, it's hard for her to find something that's working consistently. I do think, though, that she played a really good second part of
The first game.
the first game, but now things are going to get much more difficult for her, I think.
Has to control those lengths going to the back.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, has to not make mistakes. She had a fair few in the first game. And in addition to that, she has to find a way to put An Se-young under pressure. 3 very big jobs on the to-do list. If she wants to make the final tomorrow. There's one of them that is already proving to be difficult. It's keeping those lengths in.
And that's an integrated part of her game, trying to move her opponent around the court, and that's just become
Now she's
extra
got
difficult.
half a court, yeah. Or 2/3 of a court.
Service over. 1, 2.
You can just tell from her hand movement there that she knows she's got to pull that shot in.
Pressure.
Good, that was great pressure.
3, 2.
Challenging that
Yes.
one. Wow.
I know, that's
Two
going to be...
sides. It's called out both lengthwise and
Yeah,
sidewise.
in the windiest part of the court. Haven't seen many players challenging from here. Let's see what it says. Well, you were right, Steve. Look at that. Absolutely out on 2 dimensions.
Service over. 3, all play.
It's going ahead as well.
4, 3.
Don't usually see that from An Se-young.
I think it came off the frame.
Ah, miss hit, right.
Yeah, it didn't come out of the tumble.
4,
The shot from Zhang Yi Man.
Oh, it's all conspired to give her a great opportunity.
Long.
But have to, in a head, move away
5, 4.
from any kind of backcourt tactics. If she can, of course.
Good
That's
deception.
nice, yeah.
Long again.
6, 4.
Certainly doesn't look like she's enjoying it.
You have to hit it even softer.
Yeah.
That's the advice.
There's another one. She actually went longer on that one. I think she was a little bit further forward. It's a daunting task. You have to hit it shorter. You've got the ball number 1 lurking between you and that line.
That's gone long as well. It's 4 straight.
4 straight. Well, you called it, Steve. You said, what do you do when you get to this side of the court?
Yeah.
She had a couple of good ideas at the net, but now it's just almost instinctively falling into the pattern that she wants, and that's the shot that usually opens up her rally.
And that's why there's a difference between these 2 players in the world ranking. One is number 1 and the other one is number 17.
Yeah. Very much like Se-young versus Yao Jiamin yesterday. This side of the court proving too much.
think it was short, the clear from Zhang Yi Man, and that resulted in
Well, she
too long from
Yeah.
An Se-young.
She did have, was in a couple of minds as to which shot to play there. Shifted her feet. Take that.
9-5.
Zhang Yi Man trying to engage in that rally.
Landed in.
10-5.
Well in. It's beginning to look a little bit like 21-19, 21-7 as the previous match, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has got a couple of hallmarks. Not an exact deja vu, but definitely on the way. Oh, that's a nice shot. Se-young covers. Left. It's almost got to the point where An Se-young could just wait for the mistake. So, 28 minutes in, players getting back on court, and this might be the last phase of play for Zhang Yi Man. Under immense pressure,
11-5.
not just her opponent, but the court and the climate. Of course, mean the microclimate on court in terms of drift.
Should
take that.
6-11.
And can she produce something similar to what she did in the opening game? Then she's still in with a chance. Oh.
I was about to just say that one thing she has done in the second game is tighten up her unforced errors and mistakes.
12-6.
Sends that into the drifty corner. It's long. 12-6. And An Se-young, after that incredible run of finals last year, is now 9 points away from starting her new account for 2024. Unbelievable set of results for that 21-year-old. Fully deserved, of course. 13-6.
Thank you. Nice
return by Yi Man. Force there. That return from An Se-young was so flush to the line.
I think this is some of the best we've seen from An Se-young since return from that injury timeout. Have to take it with a grain of salt because she's not really been put under pressure.
Well,
But the movement looks
It looks good.
Much
Yeah.
more fluent.
Well, I guess we'll see what that word pressure means if, and I'm going to stick my neck out here and say it, if she faces Tai Tzu-Ying in the final tomorrow. Oh. And that isn't much of a neck sticking out. It's up to 15-7 now on serve. Zhang Yi Man just really feeling the pressure now. It's such a monumental task from here. It's a massive mountain to climb. And that touch just getting a little bit wider. Young is calm as always, even in this wonderful position that she's in, playing out the rallies, switching flanks.
This rally here, this is how Zhang Yi Man wants to play.
Yeah.
Good job working Anseong around the court.
8-16.
Firing left and right. It's like a boxing combination, worked well.
Suddenly it looks like yeah, there it was. It didn't leave. Anyway, I was just about to say it looks like she's found the back court, the back line.
Well, she's got better at it,
but it's still gone missing.
It's just not 100%. And at this stage of the match, well, it has to be 100%. Missed that one as well, 18-8. And this one is not just slipping away from Zhang Yi Man, it's rushing away.
The second time she hits Anseong, she's going for the knockout there. 2 deep shots and then one to the chin the next time.
That looked like a body shot with a little bit more intent.
Good defense.
Specifically. Oh, that's beautiful. Controlled it. Whatever extra drift there was on the near side court, nullified by this wonderful shot down the middle. Chance gets into double digits.
10-19.
Excellent quality on that defense there.
So good. Just lowering her body, getting into almost a break-dancing position to pick that up. Look at this. Drags her foot around. So she still manages to keep that position. 10 match points. 34 minutes played. And An Se-young might just have arrived post-injury in 2024. Oh, that court comes in. Take that.
Service over. 11-20.
I wonder if it's going to be a winner or an error that decides it. And it's an error. Kind of keeping, I guess, with the match. So 21-17, 21-11, 35 minutes. An Se-young is looking good and will face Tai Tzu-Ying in the final tomorrow.
Match won by An Se-young, 21-17, 21-11.
She's looking like she's got over the worst of that injury. That's the most fluid that we've seen her moving around a court. And now, as Steen pointed out, it's all about the pressure of facing the four-time former champion here in Malaysia, Tai Tzu-Ying, in the final. And there's confirmation of it. 21-17, 21-11, and An Se-young is through. And coming up next, Yu Sheng-Shu and Tan Ning in the women's doubles, taking on Iwanaga and Nakanishi. You can stick around for that.
Welcome back to the Axiata Arena. It's semi-final Saturday here at the PETRONAS Malaysia Open. It's the first event on the HSBC BWF World Tour. It's also the elite tier of tournament, one of the 4 Super 1000 events. Up next is the second of the women's doubles semi-final.